Like, share, subscribe.
Goodbye, Alan. Do your best.
Rather, Mummy.
Do his best. Of course he would. For Alan was playing in the school cricket with his father for weeks now, and Daddy said he was shaping well. Daddy was match and was mightily proud of being chosen to play. He had practiced bowling nearly as excited as Alan over the match, and he promised that if Alan's side won he would buy him a bicycle. No wonder Alan was excited. On his way to the sports ground, Alan had to pass the little three-cornered meadow, and as he reached it, he saw a very old man leaning heavily on his stick. As Alan passed, he called out to him,
Can I help you?
Perhaps you will let me take your arm, little boy. This road is so hilly, and the wind is almost too much for me.
Rather.
But the poor old gentleman leaned heavily on Alan's sturdy little arm, and tottered along like a baby. So slowly did he walk that 5 minutes had gone before they were halfway up the road. Alan explained to the old man that he was on his way to a cricket match, and that he must not be late, but he seemed not to hear him.
Where do you live, sir?
Up the road and some way round the corner. I should be so much obliged if you could see me home. You look a very kind little boy.
See him home? And they were still a long way off. If only he could walk a little faster. Why, the teams would be already on the field, and the captain would be wondering why he did not come. Suddenly the old man stumbled over a loose paving stone, and fell heavily on the ground.
Don't leave me, little boy.
No, I will stay here,
said Alan, and he sat down beside him, for he felt sure that someone would come that way soon. Alan stared anxiously up and down the road during the minutes that followed. The minutes almost seemed like hours. Then, at last, turning the corner came a jolly-looking policeman. Alan could have shouted for joy.
I'll see this gentleman home, little boy,
he said after Alan explained what had happened. Then Alan ran off, and flew as fast as his legs would.
Why, it's Alan. You re not much good if you can come up to time. We have put in young Harold Banks in your place. Fortunately, he is putting some good balls over.
Alan bit his lip. How could he explain? He turned away and made his way slowly home. His father opened the door. Bravo, Alan. But, Daddy, began Alan. But his father interrupted him. It's all right, old man, he said. You see, I came up behind that policeman, and he told me what had happened. So I knew you were playing the game although it wasn't on the cricket pitch. So I went back into the high street and bought the bicycle I promised you. It's a beauty. And, Alan, we're proud of you, your mother and I. And in the classroom next morning the boys gave Alan 3 loud cheers, as only schoolboys can, for in some mysterious fashion they too had learned all about his kind act.